What if I told you that true happiness isn't about external success, wealth, or even perfect relationships? What if the key to genuine, lasting happiness has been right in front of us for thousands of years, quietly waiting to be rediscovered? Welcome to a journey inspired by the ancient wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that can completely change how you approach life in 2025. In this video, we're going to dive deep into 10 powerful Stoic principles that will not only help you find real happiness, but also give you the tools to face life's inevitable challenges with a sense of peace and purpose. These principles aren't just ideas, they're time-tested practices that can shape a life of calm, resilience, and inner fulfillment. Stay with me to the end of this video, and you'll walk away with practical strategies to improve your mindset, strengthen your character, and navigate the ups and downs of life with newfound wisdom. Whether you're dealing with stress at work, facing personal struggles, or simply looking to find more meaning in your everyday life, these Stoic teachings will empower you to transform your perspective and ultimately your happiness. So, let's begin this journey with the first principle: gratitude. 1. Be grateful, finding happiness in what you already have. What does it mean to truly be grateful? In a world that constantly tells us we need more success, more money, more recognition, it's easy to lose sight of what we already have. But Stoicism, a philosophy that has endured for over 2 millennia, teaches us that gratitude is one of the most powerful tools we possess for achieving happiness. Why is that? Because happiness doesn't come from having everything you want. It comes from wanting everything you have. Let's pause and ask ourselves, how often do we really stop to appreciate the small moments in our daily lives? The warmth of the morning sun, the taste of a simple meal, or even the ability to breathe and experience life itself. These are blessings that often go unnoticed. In Stoicism, we are taught to recognize that each moment, no matter how ordinary, holds potential for gratitude. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, reminds us, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Consider this. What would your life look like if you shifted your focus from what's missing to what's already present? When was the last time you felt truly content with what you had, rather than yearning for what you didn't? This simple practice of focusing on what we already possess is not only an antidote to dissatisfaction, but also a path to deeper happiness. Gratitude is also a way to realign ourselves with reality. We often waste energy wishing life were different, hoping for circumstances to change or waiting for external things to bring us joy. Stoicism teaches us to appreciate the present moment as it is, with all its imperfections. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote in his Meditations, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." In this context, gratitude is about accepting life's fleeting nature and choosing to be thankful for the time we have. But how can we practice gratitude in a world that's constantly demanding more from us? One way is through a simple daily habit: keeping a gratitude journal. At the end of each day, take a few moments to reflect on something, anything, that you are grateful for. It could be as small as enjoying a quiet cup of coffee, or as significant as achieving a personal milestone. By consistently acknowledging these moments, you train your mind to see the good in life, no matter how challenging things may be. Have you ever tried this practice before? If so, what was your experience like? If not, what's stopping you from starting today? Practicing gratitude isn't about denying life's difficulties, but about shifting your focus from lack to abundance. The more you look for things to be grateful for, the more you will find them. As we move forward in this journey through Stoicism, keep this idea of gratitude close to your heart. It's a foundation upon which all other Stoic principles are built. If you can master the art of gratitude, you'll already be well on your way to living a happier, more contented life in 2025. Now that we've explored the transformative power of gratitude, let's move to another essential principle: laughter, finding joy in life's absurdities. 2. Laugh more, finding joy in life's absurdities. Have you ever noticed how easily we get caught up in the seriousness of life? We plan, we strive, and we worry, sometimes to the point where we forget that life itself is full of humor. Stoicism, a philosophy often perceived as stern or even stoic in the modern sense, actually encourages us to see the lighter side of things. Yes, you heard that right. Stoicism teaches us that laughter can be a tool for navigating life's difficulties. Think about the last time something didn't go according to plan. Perhaps you spilled coffee on your shirt right before an important meeting, or maybe you got stuck in traffic when you were already running late. What was your initial reaction? Frustration? Annoyance? These responses are natural, but they also drain our emotional energy. Stoicism offers us an alternative. Why not laugh instead? It's not about ignoring life's difficulties or pretending that everything is fine when it's not. Rather, it's about recognizing the absurdity in situations beyond our control. Imagine viewing life's little inconveniences as if they were part of a comedy. When we take a step back and laugh at the quirks of life, we remind ourselves not to take things too seriously. As Epictetus once said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This shift in mindset can be liberating. After all, if you can laugh at a problem, it no longer has power over you. Why is laughter such a vital aspect of Stoicism? Because it reminds us that we have control over how we interpret events. Life will always throw challenges our way, and some of them will be difficult, even painful. But how we choose to respond, that's where our power lies. In the face of adversity, a smile or a laugh can be a powerful form of resilience. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." If we learn to laugh at our obstacles, we transform them from sources of frustration into opportunities for growth and lightheartedness. So, how can we integrate more laughter into our lives? Start by taking a moment to reflect on the absurdity of your daily challenges. Did you burn dinner? Miss an important email? Instead of stewing in irritation, consider how small and insignificant these events are in the grand scheme of things. Is it really worth losing your peace of mind over such trivialities? Next time you find yourself in a frustrating situation, pause, breathe, and smile. Try to find the humor in it. Over time, this practice will not only make you more resilient, but also bring more joy into your life. What about you? How often do you laugh at life's little mishaps? Do you tend to get swept up in frustration, or can you find amusement in the unexpected? The more we practice this Stoic approach to laughter, the easier it becomes to face life with grace and humor. Now that we've explored the joy that laughter brings, let's move on to another cornerstone of Stoicism. Focus on what you can control, a lesson in mastering your mindset and finding peace. 3. Focus on what you can control, the key to inner peace. How often do you find yourself stressed or anxious over things that are beyond your control? It could be a difficult person in your life, an unexpected problem at work, or even something as mundane as bad weather. Stoicism teaches us a crucial lesson. The path to peace lies in focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. In life, there are two categories: things that are within our control and things that are not. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, famously said, "Some things are in our control and others not." This simple but profound distinction forms the foundation of Stoic thought. We cannot control the actions of others, the outcomes of certain events, or external circumstances. What we can control, however, is our own mind, our thoughts, actions, and responses. Let's break this down. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. You can't control the number of cars on the road, the decisions of other drivers, or the fact that you might be late to your destination. But you can control how you react to the situation. You can choose to get angry, honk your horn, and let frustration ruin your mood for the day. Or you can choose to accept the situation as it is and use the time to listen to a podcast, reflect on your day, or simply breathe. The situation remains the same, but your reaction changes everything. Stoicism teaches us that by focusing on what we can control, our actions, thoughts, and attitudes, we reclaim our power. We stop wasting energy on things we have no influence over and start directing that energy toward things that truly matter. This shift in focus not only reduces stress, but also allows us to live with greater purpose and clarity. But how do we apply this in our daily lives? Start by asking yourself this question whenever you're faced with a challenge. Is this within my control? If the answer is no, then practice letting go. Release the need to control the uncontrollable. Instead, focus on what you can do, how you can respond with patience, calm, and wisdom. This is the essence of Stoicism. Here's something I'd like you to reflect on. How much of your mental and emotional energy is spent worrying about things you cannot change? What would your life look like if you redirected that energy toward what you can influence? By embracing this Stoic principle, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and gain a sense of peace, no matter the external circumstances. Imagine how powerful it would be to approach 2025 with this mindset, calm, grounded, and unshaken by things beyond your control. If you've found this idea helpful, stick around. We've covered just a few principles so far, and there's so much more to come. Make sure you watch until the end, because each principle builds upon the last, giving you a comprehensive guide to a happier, more stoic life in 2025. Now that we've mastered the art of focusing on what we can control, let's explore the power of kindness and how it shapes not only our happiness, but also the world around us. 4. Be kind to others. The ripple effect of compassion. What if the key to your own happiness was found in the happiness of others? Stoicism teaches us that kindness is not only a virtue, but also a path to a more fulfilled life. While modern society often focuses on self-interest and personal gain, the Stoics understood that we are all interconnected, and by helping others, we help ourselves. Have you ever experienced the joy that comes from doing something kind for someone else? It could be something as simple as holding the door open for a stranger, offering a compliment, or lending a listening ear to a friend in need. These small acts of kindness may seem insignificant, but they create ripples that spread far beyond the initial moment. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, believed in the power of benevolence. He wrote, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." In other words, every interaction you have with another person is a chance to do good. But what does this have to do with happiness? According to Stoicism, our happiness is deeply tied to the well-being of others. When we act with kindness, we contribute to the greater good, and in doing so, we create a sense of connection and purpose in our own lives. Have you ever noticed how good it feels to make someone else's day a little brighter? That's because kindness is a form of giving that comes back to us in unexpected ways. However, Stoicism reminds us that true kindness is given without expectation of reward. We don't act kindly to receive praise or favors in return. We do it because it is the right thing to do. And in the process, we find that our own sense of well-being grows. In 2025, consider how you can make kindness a daily practice. It doesn't have to be grand gestures or dramatic acts of charity. Instead, focus on the little things, being present with those around you, offering a smile, or lending a hand when someone needs help. These small acts of kindness can transform not only the lives of others, but also your own. Let's take a moment to reflect. How often do you actively seek out opportunities to be kind to others? What could you do today to make someone else's life a little better? The beauty of kindness is that it costs nothing, but its impact is priceless. As you go through your day, remember that each interaction is a chance to practice Stoicism through compassion. By spreading kindness, we create a ripple effect that touches the lives of others, and in doing so, we find happiness and contentment for ourselves. Now that we've explored the transformative power of kindness, let's move on to another vital Stoic practice. Do less, but do it better. A guide to living with focus and intention. 5. Do less, but do it better. The power of focused action. How often do you feel overwhelmed by your to-do list, juggling so many tasks that it feels impossible to do any of them well? In our fast-paced world, we often believe that doing more is the key to success and happiness. But Stoicism teaches us the opposite. True fulfillment comes from doing less, but doing it with intention and excellence. Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's greatest thinkers, reminds us to concentrate fully on what's in front of us. Concentrate every minute, like a Roman, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, and with justice. The key to happiness, he suggests, isn't in multitasking or spreading ourselves thin, but in giving our full attention to fewer things. When we do this, we increase both the quality of our work and our personal sense of satisfaction. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly present in what you were doing? Whether it's completing a project, spending time with loved ones, or even enjoying a quiet moment to yourself, were you fully there, or were you distracted by the next item on your list? Modern life often glorifies being busy, but Stoicism encourages us to slow down, trim away the excess, and focus on what truly matters. In 2025, let's commit to doing less, but doing it better. This might mean saying no to unnecessary obligations, setting boundaries, or simply prioritizing the tasks that align with your deepest values. By simplifying your life and focusing on what truly matters, you'll find that you have more energy, more clarity, and ultimately, more happiness. Imagine your life as a sculpture. To reveal its true beauty, a sculptor doesn't add more material. They carefully chip away what isn't needed. Likewise, we must remove the distractions and clutter from our lives to uncover our best selves. What can you eliminate from your schedule today that's not serving you? What would your life look like if you focused all your energy on just a few things that truly mattered? Take a moment and reflect on your own life. Are you doing too much, spreading yourself too thin? Comment below and share how you plan to apply this principle of doing less, but doing it better. I'd love to hear how you'll simplify and focus your efforts in 2025. With this principle in mind, we are now ready to explore another essential Stoic virtue that often goes hand in hand with focused action. Stop seeking external approval. 6. Stop seeking external approval. The path to true self-worth. Why do we so often crave approval from others? In a world driven by likes, followers, and external validation, it's easy to fall into the trap of measuring our self-worth by the opinions of those around us. But Stoicism offers us a way out of this exhausting cycle. The Stoics teach us that true happiness and contentment come not from the approval of others, but from living in accordance with our own principles. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media, feeling the pull to post something just for the approval of others? Or perhaps you've felt a pang of disappointment when someone didn't acknowledge your efforts or achievements. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, urges us to stop letting the opinions of others define us. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. How often do you let the fear of judgment hold you back from pursuing something meaningful to you? Stoicism encourages us to look inward for validation rather than outward. This doesn't mean we become indifferent to others, but rather that we cultivate a deep sense of self-respect and integrity, knowing that our worth is not determined by external recognition. In 2025, What would happen if you made a conscious effort to stop seeking approval from others? What if, instead of chasing likes or praise, you measured your success by how aligned your actions are with your values? The Stoics teach that the only approval we truly need is our own. Living a life of virtue, honesty, and purpose is far more rewarding than any fleeting external validation. How can we start applying this today? One powerful practice is to begin acknowledging your own achievements, no matter how small. Did you accomplish a task you've been procrastinating? Take a moment to appreciate your effort, even if no one else notices. Did you make a decision that reflects your values, even though it wasn't popular? Give yourself credit for staying true to yourself. By shifting your focus away from the need for external validation, you will find a greater sense of inner peace and happiness. So ask yourself, who do you live for? Is it the crowd, or is it your own conscience? As Marcus Aurelius teaches, the opinion that truly matters is your own. Embrace that truth, and you will be free from the constant pursuit of others' approval. Now that we've explored the power of self-validation, let's move on to a principle that builds on this independence. Challenge yourself, because growth comes not from comfort, but from adversity. 7. Challenge yourself. Growth through adversity. How do you respond to challenges? When life presents you with difficulties, do you shrink back in fear, or do you rise to the occasion, using each obstacle as a stepping stone toward personal growth? Stoicism teaches us that life's true fulfillment comes not from avoiding challenges, but from embracing them as opportunities to develop strength, wisdom, and resilience. Think of a time when you faced a significant challenge. Perhaps it was a personal or professional setback, a difficult decision, or even a physical struggle. In the moment, it may have seemed overwhelming, but once you overcame it, how did you feel? Chances are you felt stronger, more capable, and even proud of yourself. This is the essence of Stoicism, viewing obstacles not as hindrances, but as necessary steps toward growth. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully when he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the very obstacles we face can become the path to our success if we choose to face them with courage and determination. It is through adversity that we are tested and transformed. In 2025, what challenges are you prepared to take on? Maybe you've been avoiding a difficult conversation, shying away from a new opportunity, or hesitating to set a goal that feels beyond your reach. What if, instead of avoiding these challenges, you embrace them with the Stoic mindset of growth? Each challenge you face is a chance to become a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. How do we apply this principle in our daily lives? Start by setting a goal that stretches your limits, something that feels just out of reach. It could be a new fitness challenge, learning a new skill, or pushing yourself to face a personal fear. The key isn't in the size of the challenge, but in the growth that comes from striving toward it. Each small victory along the way will build your confidence and resilience. And remember, challenges don't have to be faced alone. Stoicism reminds us of the power of community. Surround yourself with people who encourage and support your growth. Share your challenges and your progress with others, and you'll find that overcoming adversity becomes a shared journey. So, what challenges will you embrace in 2025? How will you use life's obstacles to become a stronger, wiser person? As we've learned from the Stoics, true happiness doesn't come from a life of ease, but from rising to meet life's difficulties with courage and grace. Now that we've explored the importance of embracing challenges, let's dive into a principle that ensures we maintain the right perspective through it all. Love your fate, the Stoic practice of accepting life as it is. 8. Love your fate. Embrace life as it is. What if, instead of fighting against life's hardships, we embraced them as essential parts of our journey? This is the Stoic concept of amor fati, or love of fate. It is one of the most profound teachings of Stoicism, guiding us to accept everything that happens, both good and bad, as necessary for our growth and happiness. But how can we love something that brings us pain or difficulty? The answer lies in changing our perspective. Consider this. Have you ever experienced a setback that, at the time, seemed insurmountable, but later revealed itself to be a blessing in disguise? Perhaps losing a job led you to a better opportunity, or a painful breakup taught you valuable lessons about yourself and what you truly need in a relationship. Amor Fati Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "But how do we cultivate this mindset in our daily lives? It begins with acceptance. When something goes wrong, when plans fall apart, when disappointments arise, pause and remind yourself, this too is part of the journey. Instead of resisting or complaining, ask yourself, loving your fate doesn't mean passive acceptance or blind optimism. It's not about pretending that everything is fine when it isn't. Rather, it's about finding meaning in every experience, knowing that even the most difficult moments can lead to personal growth. Imagine approaching 2025 with this mindset, welcoming every twist and turn, knowing that each event is shaping you into a stronger, wiser person. Think about a current challenge in your life. What would happen if you embraced it rather than resisted it? How would your perspective change if you trusted that this challenge was necessary for your growth? Amor Fati. Now that we've explored the transformative power of loving your fate, let's move on to a principle that is equally crucial for maintaining a sense of balance and fulfillment. Be grateful, the practice that connects us to the abundance in our lives. 9. Be grateful, the practice of abundance. Gratitude is one of the most powerful practices for cultivating happiness, and it is deeply rooted in Stoicism. Why is this? Because when we practice gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we already have. And in this shift, we find that life is far richer than we often realize. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This simple yet profound statement reminds us that our happiness depends not on acquiring more, but on appreciating what we already possess. But how often do we stop and truly reflect on the abundance in our lives? In 2025, let's make gratitude a daily practice. Instead of waiting for something big to happen before we feel thankful, let's learn to appreciate the small, everyday moments. The warmth of the sun on your face, the sound of laughter, a quiet moment with a cup of coffee. These are the moments that make life beautiful, but they often go unnoticed in our busy lives. What would happen if, at the end of each day, you took a few moments to reflect on what you were grateful for? This doesn't have to be a lengthy or complicated practice. Simply pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, what brought me joy today? What can I be thankful for? You might be surprised at how much you have to appreciate, even on difficult days. Gratitude is also a powerful antidote to comparison and envy. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in comparing ourselves to others, feeling as though we are lacking in some way. But Stoicism reminds us that true happiness comes from within, not from external possessions or achievements. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, we free ourselves from the constant need for more. Here's a question to consider. When was the last time you truly appreciated something small in your life? How often do you take a moment to reflect on the good that surrounds you? In practicing gratitude, we learn to see the abundance that already exists, and in doing so, we cultivate a deep sense of contentment and peace. By making gratitude a habit, we align ourselves with one of the core teachings of Stoicism. Happiness comes not from external circumstances but from within. And with this foundation, we are better equipped to handle whatever challenges life brings our way. As we continue on this journey toward a happier 2025, let's now explore a principle that helps us maintain clarity and purpose. Stop doubting yourself, because believing in yourself is key to Stoic resilience. 10. Stop doubting yourself. Build confidence through action. Self-doubt is one of the most persistent obstacles to happiness. How often do we question our abilities, worry that we're not good enough, or hesitate to take action because of fear? But Stoicism teaches us that doubt is not something to fear. It's something to challenge and overcome. Even the greatest Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius experienced doubt. The difference is that they didn't let it stop them. Marcus, who ruled the Roman Empire, constantly questioned his thoughts and actions, but instead of allowing doubt to paralyze him, he used it as a tool for self-reflection and growth. He asked himself, "Is this thought beneficial? Does it help or hinder my life?" This simple practice allowed him to separate useful thoughts from harmful ones and to act with confidence and clarity. Have you ever been on the verge of starting something new, perhaps a project or a hobby, only to hear that nagging voice in your head saying, "You can't do this"? We all have. But what if, instead of letting that voice stop you, you challenged it? What if you asked yourself, "What evidence do I have that I can't succeed?" Often, our doubts are based not on reality, but on fear. Stoicism teaches us that action is the antidote to doubt. When we take action, even in the face of uncertainty, we build confidence. Every small success, no matter how minor it may seem, is evidence that we are capable. Think of the times you've overcome challenges in the past. Each of those moments is proof that you can do it again. In 2025, make a commitment to believe in yourself despite your doubts. When self-doubt arises, don't ignore it. Acknowledge it, but don't let it control you. Instead, take small, deliberate steps forward. Each step you take will strengthen your self-belief and move you closer to your goals. Ask yourself, what would my life look like if I stopped doubting myself? As we conclude this journey through the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, remember that happiness in 2025 is not about external achievements or the absence of challenges. It's about cultivating gratitude, focusing on what you can control, embracing life's difficulties, and finding joy in the small moments. Stoicism offers you the tools to navigate life's twists and turns with resilience, purpose, and peace. If these Stoic principles resonated with you, take action today. Leave a comment below sharing which idea you'll start applying in your life. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more insights, and share it with others who are also seeking a more contented life. Your journey toward a happier, more Stoic 2025 starts now. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a year filled with wisdom, joy, and inner peace.